Hello guys, it's me again, and I'm going to do a tutorial on polishing shoes, because my last tutorial that I did on shoes, 1, the lighting sucks, 2, the audio sucks, and 3, it's changed since I did that. So I'm going to share with you a new way of doing it, or my new way of doing it. Now I'm going to run through my equipment first, and then I am going to start on the way of polishing my shoes. I'm going to start on something I'm not going to do today, using beeswax. Now, in one of my videos I mentioned I'm going to try this with a new pair of shoes. Not these ones because they look okay. When I get a new pair tomorrow night, on either Monday or Sunday, I'm going to try using beeswax. Now, it's pretty soft. But what I'll do is I'll end up taking some beeswax out of here. It smells really good as well. Pity you guys can't smell it. But I'm going to take some beeswax out of here, melt it, paint it onto the toe cap, put some layers of polish on, then leave it for a little bit, and then I'm going to bull it as normal. And what that should do is that should give a really, really good shine and protect my shoes from flaking, which will be a biggie. So that's that. So I'm not using that today, I'll be using that in another video later. Now, move to something else that you should not use. One of these. A cigarette lighter. The only time I recommend you use one of these is if your shoes get absolutely mullered and messed up. And even then, you should be absolutely careful. Very, very, very careful. Because if you do that and hold it for about 5 minutes on your shoe, it's going to blister. And then your shoes are going to look like fecal pap. So, moving away from that stuff, polish I use, Kiwi Black. As you notice, Kiwi Black. Doesn't say Parade Gloss here. Do not use Parade Gloss. Use this. This is what you want. Kiwi Black shoe polish. Now, just a quick one. If you have brown boots for your MTPs, Kiwi Dark Tan is what you want, and that will give them a really good shine if you want to shine your boots. Now, I'm not going to do a video on boots because it is exactly the same as your shoes, so I'm not going to show you using this because it's exactly the same as using this. Another thing, cotton wool balls, a must. Mug of water. I use cold water. Some people say lukewarm. I say cold. A cloth. This is to get the dust and stuff off without scratching it. So, let's start. So, I have another cup of water here. This is so bits don't get in there, so it doesn't wreck my shoes. So, dunk that in there, get that wet, bring it out a little bit. What you want to do is just rub all over your shoe, get any dust, any bits of flaked polish off your Parade shoe. And do that on both shoes. So as you can see, I'm going all over, including the body. Even though I'm not going to do the body, I still do it. To get all dust off, just to be absolutely certain, I'm not going to trap anything underneath the polish. Because if you trap something under the polish will start flaking. And then you either have to use one of these, or strip it. Now you can use sandpaper to strip them, or you can use the fluid out of these. Personally, I'd suggest use that and melt the polish instead of stripping them. Or if you really, really aren't confident with a cigarette lighter and don't want to strip them, get a new pair of shoes. Straight up get a new pair of shoes. It's a lot easier. Now, if I can get this open, as you can see, my polish is relatively well used. and it's still wet, which is a good thing. Now in there's also brush marks. The only time you use brushes is on the body. Is on this bit. This bit, use cotton wool balls. For the body, you'll get polish, rub the polish on with the brush, put the brush down, forget about the brush. For this video, we're only doing this bit, so where my finger goes, that's the edge of the toe cap. That's as far up the shoe as I am going today, because the body doesn't look too bad. Now, what you do for this is the same as what you do for that, only you apply the polish with the brush on this bit. You do not use a brush on this bit, and that is because a brush scratches the polish in. A cotton wool ball applies it on top and then rubs it into the shoe and the leather, which then gives it a shine and not a sheen, which is what you want here. Shine, sheen, shine, sheen. You can't really tell the difference on my shoes because they're not too badly done. You can on this bit, the back bit. Basically, you want it to go from like sheeny to shiny. That makes sense? So, start off, cotton wool ball. I'm going to dunk that in the water. And then I'm going to bring it out, put it back in, bring it out again, and one last time, just give it a quick dab, so it's still very, very wet. Now, what I do is, you see this metal bit here, I put the cotton wool ball in line, and I go around and back to where it was. So there isn't that much, really. And then, you want to spit on it. Make sure you've had something to eat and drink, otherwise it will not work. What it does is, it sticks the polish down. But you have to make sure you've eaten and drunk, otherwise it's not going to work. And then you get the other shoe. Spit on it again, and round you go. Now, you only do it once on each shoe to apply the polish. The polish is now applied. You can tell because it's not as shiny as it was before. Now, with your cotton wool ball and your first shoe, start at one side and you go ring a ring a roses, a pocket full of posies, we all drop down. You go all the way around again, not pressing on at all, just very lightly. Put the shoe down, go to the second shoe. Round around the garden, like I can't remember the words, but yeah, you just go around the other shoe. Put that shoe down, go back to the first shoe. Do-ba-doo-ba-doo, do-ba-doo-ba-doo, do-do-do-do-do-nee-nee-nee. And then I will show you when I'm starting to like break it in, as I call it. Now, don't assume I've learnt this on my own. This is what I have learnt through the 2 years I've been at cadets, because I was like, this is like the way I was doing it to start with, which was the way I was shown. Stopped working. Like, you got to a certain point and it stopped working properly. But if you do it, this is an accumulation of learning different things from different people. The spitting I learnt off someone that was ex RAF police, a strutter, which I found out sticks a polish down, because he once noticed at school that my boots were polished because I had to wear my combat boots to school because I had no school shoes. I wasn't going to wear my parade shoes, obviously. The going around with the same cotton wool ball, I learned from someone on YouTube. The initial I learnt from Corporal Cook at Squadron when we had a bull night. The cold water, it was something I did myself, and it works, so I continued doing it that way. That's about it, really. So as you can see now, I'm starting to break through a bit with the polish. Now this is getting a bit dry, so I just dab it on the water, shake it off. Don't bother wringing it out again. You need it to be wet, very wet. Otherwise, it's not going to do the job you want it to do. That's another thing I learned on my own as well. Loads and loads of water. Some people use very little water. Some people use no water. I use lots of water. That's my opinion. That's how I do it. That's how I've done it. And I get really good shoes. So everyone's different. You've just got to find your own style of doing it. So now usually I have music on. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I hope not, because otherwise I can't put it on YouTube and show you. But that's probably the best way of doing it if you get bored easily. Bang some music on, jam to some tunes, because you don't have to count, so you don't need to put your concentration elsewhere. That's why I can talk to you guys and still polish. Obviously, I've got to look at it so I know where I'm going. Otherwise, I'd probably end up all over the place and not where I want to polish. But the shoe is split up into different sections. There's like a front, which is a toe cap, a middle, which is a bit after just after the toe cap, and then it's not really the rear, but the bit after the middle bit is and then you got the bit right at the very back. I'll show you when I finish doing this bit. So I'm only going to go once round because you guys don't want to see me do it for hours on end. I just hope you don't. That'd be weird. Very, very weird. But if you want to make a 10-hour compilation, you absolutely can do. It'll be very funny to watch, to be honest. You see someone making 10 hours of me going and looking like an old man. Which I try not to do anymore, but maturity takes over and I look like an old man. Like, why? I might go around one more time to show you. That'll be it. Bloody hell, I'm tired. I ain't even done anything. I'm tired. It's not on. Oh yeah. Also, don't forget the brew. My brew is on the windowsill. I can't remember if I finished it or not. I need to go and have a look. So, let's get around here. Now, if you're worrying and seeing like it's not on mine at the moment, but sometimes you get like little bits that look like scratches from the polish where you've been rubbing it in. They're like little semicircles of polish and they look like scratches. Don't worry, they're not scratches. Just keep going around. They will go away. If you have orange peel effect, which you most likely will get when you first start polishing your shoes, just keep going. It will go and it'll become smooth. Another tip, do not leave them in front of the fireplace like I did. It will melt half of the polish and then you've got to work like hell to, one, get them shiny, and two, so there you go. That's pretty much what, similar to how they looked before, just a bit shinier. One, you've got to work like hell to get them back, and two, you've got to resort to other methods. So that's when the cigarette lighter came in for me, because I was like, sir, I have a bit of a problem, and that was how it was. So same again. Spit on it. Doesn't matter how much spit, as long as there's some there to stick it down. Doesn't matter which shoe you start with either, so long as you go around and round. At some point, if you've been doing them for say an hour, you will have to change it up which shoe you start on, because it won't look even. The polish will not be even, and one shoe will be shinier than the other. You don't want that. That's why I do it both of them at the same time, so that way they don't get uneven shine. Now that's a bit harder with the body. With the body I do one at a time, try and use the same amount of polish. Now I'll talk you through the body whilst I'm doing this. So body, you want to get a brush, a hard brush, and what you're going to do is you're going to scrape some polish out of your tin and onto your brush. Now you can dab your brush in the water. I do. I don't know why, it doesn't really do anything. And you're going to scratch that in on the bit that you want to do. So if you want to do that bit. Scratch it in. Rub it in like you mean it. Don't push too hard though, again, you'll weaken the leather, soften the leather, and it'll flake. And then you've got to either get a new pair of shoes or resort to other methods. Or strip it and start again. Now, you put that on, it's all over the body where you want to polish. You get a cotton wool ball, soak it in water, dab it in about 3 times, wring it off twice, and then just give it a few little love taps at the end. So it's still soaking wet, but it's not super mega well wet. And then you're gonna just gently dab it on the polish like that. So there's still some polish on there, but not loads. Now, once you've got that on there, you're going to start at one side. So say the right hand side, because I usually start on the right, because I'm right-handed. And you're just going to go around the body. So you're going to start there, you're going to go wee, and all the way back. Pretty much like you do on the toe cap. And you're going to get all the way around it. You're going to keep doing that on the same shoe until it's shiny, or until you see that sheen. And trust me, you will know. You'll just know when you've done. There is no way of explaining it. You just like, yep, that's done. And then you can decide either put another layer on because it's not super sheen, or leave it because it is super sheen. And just do that for the whole bit of the body. Now the bit at the back, that bit, just do that with a cotton wool ball, and do like you would with the toe cap. But don't put too much polish on because it will take the piss. Pardon my French there. It will take the absolute, the pain in the backside. So just little dabs for the back bit. Now, when I do uniform inspection, I'm not going to mark anyone down for that bit because, like I say, you want it sheen, super shiny. But if the whole shoe's super shiny, then fair enough, I'll give it to you. Well done. But usually that back bit doesn't tend, once you've done it once, it doesn't tend to need doing again, which is a good thing about it. But just every now and then check it, make sure. There we go. On the shoe, there's like splodgy bits that look a bit like scratches. Don't worry, they're not scratches. Just keep going. Keep powering through. I've got a bit unlucky because this cotton wool ball's gone very deformed and doesn't fit to my fingers properly. So it makes it a bit harder. So like one side's floppy and falling over, so I try and use a small one, but it don't matter. If you have a big one, you have a big one. If you got a small one, you get a small one. And then just keep going round and round and round and round and round. And it's like, oh my god, my camera. Stop auto-focusing and just focus on my beautiful face. That's not very beautiful. So we're almost done now, I promise. I promise you. I'll show you the back afterwards, 'cause mine don't look too bad. Just looks sheeny. And so, hope you've all had a good time chilling out, chillaxing, learning how to polish shoes. How I polish them, that is. So I'll take you on a journey tomorrow. A journey. Well, not tomorrow. When I come to do the beeswax, I will take you on a journey. It'll be a big learning curve for me as well. And then you guys can all laugh at me and say, ha, you suck. You can't join the military because you can't use beeswax. You dumb cunt. Seriously, don't use bad language. Naughty. So, we're almost done here. Almost done. And then, once you are done with your shoes, because they're going to be soaking wet, Obviously not soaking through the leather, but pretty damn wet on top. The polish keeps them waterproof, thankfully. You're gonna just leave them. I leave them just chilling in my box with the box lid open. So once I get round here, shebang, we're done. So there you go. Back to proper standard again. Still a bit like crinkly and stuff from my disaster, but it'll sort out eventually. Or on my new shoes, they'll look really good now. Just forget about these. So like I said, I'd show you the back. There you go. It just sort of sheens, which is what you want. The whole of my body just sheens, which is what you want, and then you can't get marked down for it. Or if you really want to make it like toe cap. Now, girls, your shoes, you're gonna do exactly what I did for that bit, but for the whole shoe. So treat it exactly the same as a male shoe. Put a line of polish, that's your toe cap. So you're always going to get a crease here. Male or female shoes, you are going to get a crease there. Treat that crease on female parade shoes as where your toe cap starts. Put a line of polish there, then polish exactly like I did. And then you can say, do that bit, or do this bit here, and then move around and do that bit. And then move around the shoe again, do from here to here, and then finish up. But do it exactly how I did my toe cap. Forget about brushes for female parade shoes, because that will shine your entire shoe then, and won't just give a sheen on this bit. Because yes, the way female parade shoes should be, really really shiny here, and still pretty shiny here, but it don't have to be as good as this bit, just like boys. But you can make it all the same. But just try it out. If it doesn't work, try a different way. Try brushes maybe. Try beeswax, which I will absolutely be doing a tutorial on. Well, not a tutorial, it won't be a tutorial because I'm not a master. I'm not even a master at parade shoes, because I see people, I'm like, oh, I wish I had shoes like that. Actual military personnel, I'm like, I wish my shoes were like that. But I will absolutely show you, I'll take you on a journey with this. And pity you can't smell it, because it's really, really good. Even the dog likes it. So, that's all from me, guys. Hope you can now make really shiny parade shoes. Hope you all have had a good time hanging out. And I hope you all have a good day. And if you're a cadet, hope you get top marks on your shoes and the rest of your uniform. And maybe one day I will do another video on uniform. So from me, that's everything. David Ingleby out. Bye guys. Oh, maybe. Bye.